day, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Abu Michael Najo. I'm your host today on MRT. Today we are going to be looking at a very important story that's trending. The joint admission matriculation board has just concluded their exam, and it has raised a lot of eyebrows in society concerning the mass failure that happened during the exam. Now, today we are going to look at JAM. Is it a help or a hindrance into admission to our higher institution? And to discuss this particular topic with me, on my left hand side is
Mr. Austin, you both there?
and my right hand. Alright, thank you very much. I will start with Mr. Austin. Now we're going to look at the foundation of JAM, the purpose, why it was set up, and to help us with that discussion, Mr. Austin. Sir, please can you help us with the foundation of JAM?
Okay, JAMB actually, as it is called, Joint Admission and Matriculation Boards. The body is set up to conduct examination into higher institutions, universities, polytechnic, and college of education. That's what it is called Joint Admissions and Matriculation Board. So it conducts UTME, that is Universities Tertiary and Matriculation Examination. Now, what it does is that it's a kind of central body that conduct examination for prospective students wanting to get admission into any higher institution in Nigeria, whether polytechnic, whether university, whether college of education approved by the federal government. That is, instead of different bodies writing examination, conducting examination, or instead of allowing individual schools to conduct examination, the board is conducting a centralized examination. And those students that pass the examination conducted by the boards, and then those that meet the cutoff mark, they send their name to the schools, and then they give them admission. So it's a central body that conducts examination for all students wanting to get admission into any of the schools in the nation. That is the objective, so that it will be organized. For example, we are organized to the schools, the high schools in Nigeria. That is the objective, the reason for setting up JAM. Now, but over the years, actually, when it started, it has been doing so well. It has not failed Nigerian students anyhow at all. It has been helping the schools. So the students that apply to JAM, they indicate the school they want to get admission into. And as they get the cutoff mark for those schools, the JAM will send admission to them to those schools. So actually, over the years, it has been working and it has been helping the system. But as technology evolves over the years, it has been handwritten examination for all these years. They give the paper, they fill the papers, and then with their objective and essay, so ever, with math, English, and other subjects. And then those that are able to pass, they get admitted. But as the years begin to move, technology starts evolving. And then they move from paper examination to this CBT, they call it now. So every student now writes the JAM exam through the computers. And to be frank with you, I must say it, Nigeria has not developed to the level of this CBT examination generally. There are students that come from the villages, typical villages. Yeah, they have not seen computers. That is a fact. We're in the city. Lagos, Abuja, Port Harcourt, Asaba, Warri, these are cities. But there are secondary schools in the villages, rural areas, where the students there have not seen computers. And now they must get admission to the universities. So bringing them from there, and it's not something of force. It's not that is whether you want to use paper or use CBT, you must write it through the computer. So with the aid of this technology now, to some extent, some students that are not proficient in this of the computer, they will find it difficult, and the system is timed. As soon as the time given to you elapses, the system shuts you out. Anywhere you get up to, then it's not left for you. So to be frank with you, it's not helping the Nigerian student, most of them who are not proficient in the use of computers. So with all this now, the failures you are hearing all over the place may not be far from these experiences.
Right, thank you very much, sir. I want to ask a question. Has JAM made the admission process more transparent, or has it centralized power to the detriment of students?
Okay, well, I would not want to. I want to land and have a standing ground. Talking about being detrimental to students. Over the years, those most well, and that's failed some people. So, being detrimental per se, looking at the psychology of the students, looking at uh, how it has been able to help them achieve their goal of getting admitted into a particular field of study, and looking at the way the society view people that are deficient in one courses or the other. So I'll first start with psychology. Uh, it's a belief that in Nigeria that a student must pass exams. So when you fail, no matter how prepared you are, when you fail an exam, it is believed that you're a lazy student. So these students they try so hard to come out with good grades, and because the system is biased, the system is corrupt, not just the JAM sector, but let's narrow it down to the JAM now since we're on this topic. Uh, some of them, despite burning the midnight candles, they come out with something that is so degrading, and it affects the way they
Their
view,
mental state.
yeah, the way they view this. But they not fear jam. There's a popular saying that jam never jam you.
Most students.
Should it be like that? I kind of wonder, should exam be said to scare people or take them to a next level of development? And then narrowing it down to the society, it has not been easy. The society, they see jam to be like when you write jam or you're preparing for jam, they want you to score over 300 so that they will celebrate you, and they will dig out your former excellence, and forgetting that it is human being that is writing the exam.
Not robots. Not robots.
So looking at the parental factors, parents they are not helping matters at all, because they have every right. They have every right to coach their children, and they don't. Most times, they just leave them to in the hands of lesson teachers and all. They don't even help them. They don't wake them up to read. And once they write the jam supposedly, and they don't come out with good grades, start calling them dummy. So jam has been, it has its pros, it has its cons. I would like to say that the cons are more than the pros. So it's detrimental. Yeah.
All right, sir. From what she has said, I want to ask a question. As students that are being tested on their actual academic potentials, or just their ability to memorize and work with time, because JAM works with time. You understand? So are they actually tested based on their potentials? Like, do you know this thing, or just ability for you to know? Okay, how many things do you know and you still remember? So do you think the JAM is aiming at whenever they carry out their processes?
Anyway, to me, it's like if I must go this way, some students actually they're intelligent. Yeah, some are intelligent. That is why those results we see 350, 370, 380. Definitely, some of them they're intelligent children. We are seeing even some of them from secondary school. We see the results. Some of them are doing very well, but there are some students there are some that are good for trial. Trial and error in the JAMB examination, because it's just click now, tick. As you tick it, they are afraid of the time. If they don't beat the time, the system will shut them out of the system, out of the computer. You know, I don't know how many minutes now, I don't know how long they give them at the center. So they must work with time. And when you see that the time is already ticking out, you are seeing it ticking out against you, and you still have a lot of questions to answer there, what will you do? You have to start taking in. So some of those successes may be by chance. Some of those could be by chance, because as you're taking it, you can just get it. Definitely, it's A, B, C, D, E. Also, they have there. So as you tick, there's certainty of you getting some of them and not getting some of them. So to some extent, it may not necessarily be as a result of their intelligence. As I said earlier, some from the villages are intelligent, but many of them are not used to the system. Why some are used to the system, the time is ticking against them. So they have to quickly see what they can do and then beat the time.
From your own perspective, do you think that Jamb has infrastructure and facility to actually carry out this test? So can you elaborate on that?
Um, since it's a unified exam, the federal is supposed to fund each center. Like in a state, there should be up to, let's say, state is very wild. There should be, let's say, 16 centers in every state. 16 centers in every state to enable those in the rural area to participate, because it's not a state-owned
Examination body.
program. It's a federal. So the federal is supposed to fund the infrastructures. And why I said no is because I had an experience. Okay. Starting from the thumb printing, you can find out that so many students, they spend time just to, even the personnel, even not just infrastructures, the personnel involved, they want to favor people that they know first, and then they still queue. You know, Nigeria will like queues. There is nothing, you go to the bank, you must queue. So the personnel there, I was standing in front and I was looking at the man that was doing the preparation, and a parent just came and said, okay, dropping my keys, I want to go and get something. It was running from back. Like, I stood there, they have attended to 4 people. People are just coming now, and I've been standing there for like, since I went very early. So if we're to talk about the infrastructure, we're supposed to start from the personnel involved, and then the infrastructures, in the sense that there should be computers, they should provide computers and
Facility.
yeah, facilities in statewide. But no, and that's it, because there is lack of facilities. That is why you will see they will schedule Jamb to the actual exam to start 6. People that have to write 6, and most of them, they are staying in rural area before they will get to their location. You see them running late, and a student that is running late to the exam is tense, does not know what to write. And you will see sometimes they will have queues. They will not have to. People that have today, they might not attend to all of them. Sometimes you even see them, they are pushing those personnel, they are pushing you. Right now, how will you write when you are not mentally stable? And because they want you to finish up fast so that they can bring in the other people that are outside. So I think the federal level, they should do something about that.
All right, thank you very much. Because of our time, let's look at that aspect. Now we're talking about the duration of the result that has been gotten from Jamb. Do you think that if the duration of the result being gotten from Jamb is extended to at least 2 to 3 years, it will help reduce the number of people that are applying or writing every year? What do you have to say about that?
General Asao, that is
Like Jamb lasts for just 1 year.
Yes,
After
yes,
that
yeah.
year, you need to write another one again, which makes the number to keep accumulating over time. But now, if I write Jamb this year and I don't need to write next year or the upper year, the number of people that will write the next year will be reduced compared to when everybody have to write together.
No, that means if they could not use that very one to
Yes,
get admission
yeah,
at that very
at that very
year,
year,
then they can
in
use it again.
subsequent time,
So
yeah.
you have the view that that same result can be used for.
For like 2 or 3 years. How will it help to combat the massive applicants that goes for JAM?
No, that would be good. That would be good. Because for now it's only 1 year. It's just just one after a year, the result it becomes useless to you. And the next year you go and write again. So if they can make it that one result, like WAEC now, maybe you pass your WAEC, then forever you are finished. You don't need to go and write WAEC again. Yeah. So if they can really push it, make it to start, maybe to exist or lapse for 2-3 years. After that, if you cannot get a job within that period, you cannot come and write again. Is that what you are saying? Yeah. I think that would be nice. That would be nice.
Thank you very much, sir. Now, last question for you. Now, if I say that JAM should be scrapped, what other system do you think can be used to replace it?
Universities. I will not just narrow it down to universities.
Yeah.
Tertiary institutions like universities, college of education, polytechnics. They have their own structure and they have the way they operate. Most schools write the CTME. Some schools just give you admission based on your WAEC. So if JAM is to be scrapped, there will be easy access of students into universities, it's tertiary institutions. So I think it will be helpful
To make the admission process easier and less cost effective, because there are a lot of, apart from the surface 6,000 to 7,000 naira fee they pay, there are other expenses that are incurred during JAM. The transportation, the accommodation, the general expenses that are being accumulated, they contribute to the overall expenses that is being spent during the JAM admission process. All right, sir. The last question for you, sir. Should JAM focus more on aptitude and life skill than on subject-based exams?
You know what's in there? No, student, what did they learn in school? These are subjects. Geography, mathematics, English, just name them. Biology, chemistry, physics. Those are what they learn in school. Most times they will tell us that you are not only learning this subject in school, you learn in character. Character and what? Discipline, all those things. So to a great extent, I would say that instead of picking questions from all the areas of life, they should dwell on the subject the children are taught in the school. Because most of them spend nights to read and study and study. Then when you get to the exam hall, you now see questions from other areas. You begin to wonder, what have I spent my nights for doing? So I'm of the view that their questions should be focused based on what the students learn in school, instead of basic question, aptitude test, and all those things.
Right,
but let me cut it short before you shut us down.
No, I'm not shutting down. We have another question.
Okay, because this the very trendy now, you have not talked about it.
Yes, that is the next.
It's okay. Yeah, go ahead.
All right. So, of recent, we had the news of the Nigerian girl who took her life after seeing her JAM scores, and this has raised a lot of alarm concern in society. It's quite painful. May her gentle soul rest in peace. It's quite uncalled for, because this is someone that has seen her future, her promising future. I heard she was applying for medicine, and she has aspired to be someone great in life, and just because of a one-day exam, just because of figures, and just because of the misconduct and the lack of competence in the system, Nigeria happened to her, and she couldn't handle it. Now, we are not going to blame just JAM, neither are we going to blame her or blame any other person. Now, I want us to look at it from an open mind. What are those things that you think parents do that encourages children to fall into this state of being depressed after seeing their JAM or their exam results?
Now, before I go to there, you say you don't blame JAM. I will blame one of these bodies. One, I will not blame JAM. No matter whatever it is, I will not blame JAM. I will not blame Nigerian government. I will not blame society. I will blame the little girl. That is for me. Yes. I can't tell how long she has been writing JAM. I don't know. I don't know how long she has been writing. But it is just writing JAM and then you fail for whatsoever reason. I don't think it's enough. to take your
But,
life.
but what about the pressure that comes from it? Because there's a lot of pressure that is being mounted from the
Agreed.
society,
I understand
from
very
the
well.
parents,
Yes,
and the trauma, the stress, the effort.
you are not wrong.
Yeah.
The pressures are there. There are some ladies, and even young men, as they are growing up to a particular stage, parents will start mounting pressure. Go and get married. Go and get. Is it not true? Go and get my. I want to carry my grandchildren. Those pressures are there. But if a parent mount those pressures, does it mean the lady must just go and rush it and pick any lady and just bring her home? No. Pressures definitely will come. I know friends do mount pressure on their friends too. And when they see their friend getting admission and they are still around, definitely they will feel some kind of, the feeling will be bad for them. But for me, irrespective of those pressure, never a life. Lost your life because of you fail examination that you can write next year and pass and get to what you want, not done. Now, having said that, let me come to what you said, what was the last part of the question again?
I was like asking what the contribution
Of society.
Yes.
Yes, society is still part, is that jump now. When you come to society now, the glitches that led to that failure is a result of inefficiency of the government. If the government had done their job well, why should the system not work? Yes, why should the system not work? Yes, now, on this ground, I will blame Jam for the failure, but not for the taking of her life. Why should the system not work? The student paid for this examination. Get me clearly. They paid for it. It's not a free examination they went to write. And Nigeria government Jam did not sponsor them. They paid for it. So, having paid for, I still believe that the federal government gives subvention to Jamb. So that and now before they fixed the day for the examination, before they invited students for examination, everything is just like INEC. Election, now they are planning for election now. Election is next 2 years. Now, by this time around, they are planning for the election. So when they now call for the election, then they say, Beavers fail, this is fail. What do you mean? Why should he fail? How many years will you plan for the examination? Now, Jamb has 1 full year to plan for the examination of next year. And the student pay for it. And now before you invite them for examination, that means you have gotten the system settled. And now let them come for a particular. The exam was fixed by Jamb, not by the students. So before you feel see everything is set. So the Jamb is a failure in that direction. Because the money is there to run the system clear for the children. So the Jamb is to blame. But on the part of parents should stop mounting pressure on their children, irrespective of the age of that child or those children. They should stop it. Bible says there's a time and a season for everything. Thomas Edison, we heard the story of how he failed a lot of tests before he got this light for us. And today all of us are enjoying light. Yes. So parents should stop mounting pressure on the children because of their friends have gone and you are still here. What are you waiting for? It is not right for parents to do that. And friends should also stop mounting pressure for that. And we also should not be looking at friends. My time is not your time. Our time is not your time. So when your time comes, you will go and then you will get where you are going. Somebody can finish exam today. You can finish today. I can finish next 2 years. Anything can happen. I can overtake you in a job and then I'm up there. You are still here. So we should not rush ahead of our shadows.
So, just a roundup. Please, can you advise young people like you that are high institution, aspiring to be there, they are Jamb bites, they just put their work, they are waiting results from any examining body. Can you advise them on how they should be able to comport themselves in time when their results is about to come? Because this thing are coming a calling event, even in a high institution, whereby students see their results, and because of the results, they tend to take their life because they are disappointed.
Yeah, we have read some of those things.
They are under this pressure of wanting to belong, just to be among the first class, in quotes. So, what's your advice to young people like you out there?
We all know that all fingers are not equal, and we have different mental states. We have different cognitive states. Um, my brain is not your brain, and there are some students that they are naturally sharp, very sharp. Even before a question is being asked, their brain have
Sit up.
yeah, brought out the answers. And why some students their brain are not that sharp, even after all the reading, all the lecturing, um, when they are meant to write exams, they don't still do well. So we should not be putting ourselves in other people's shoe. We are the one that is wearing the shoe, and we know where it's biting us. We shouldn't look. I know I almost fell victim before I got admission. Um, I was pressurized. The pressure was coming from every part, both in the church, both my friends in the school, my neighbors. They were just most of them they want to know. They were just asking, what do you score in Jamb? What do you score? And in the church, I see most of my friends they've gotten admission, and when they come, they don't want to associate with me because they see me as failure. But I always felt bad. Sometimes when I talk to them, they'll be like, "You're not in school." So I always
You understand? I agree with her about that.
I always felt bad, and whenever I'm by myself, I cry. I was in and out of depression. And you know what depression can do? Depression can make you look
Bring
down on
thoughts.
yourself. So many thoughts were coming to my mind. It was not easy. I always want to isolate myself. I always want to think. So but I go through it because I started looking at myself that this is my life, and irrespective of the age going, I know so many of people, even in this high institution where I know so many people that are already 30 and they are in school. So I just said, looking at myself like, I can do it, and with God, I did it. I just want to advise as many of you that are there and you're feeling that the world is over because maybe you got low jam score or you were deficient in any subjects you've written. I want to let you know that there is hope. For the fact that you're alive, there is hope. And it's just for you to brace up yourself, read, and um, put put forth the necessary effort. You know, everybody must not go to school. Yeah, skills is even paying more than school. So I advise you, if you've written jam over time, for you not to be tagged the failure per se, just try your hands with skills. Thank you.
All right, thank you very much. This topic is so extensive. Like we can just talk about it all night, but because of our time, we need to round up now. It's sad. It's bitter that things happen as a result of poor performance during our exams, but you can try again. And why waiting for jam? Why doing all these things? Instead of you to keep your mind idle, you can engage in extracurricular activities, learn a skill, learn tailoring, learn web building, learn something. Just have something in your hand that will keep you busy and free your mind from all form of depression and thinking. See, we will come your way again. I remain your humble host, Abu Michael.